Third method of vector addition, that is polygon law of vector addition. Third method of vector addition, which is polygon law of vector addition. Polygon law of vector addition. What this law is? First write the statement. First write the statement of this law. Write the statement carefully. If number of vectors are represented, if number of vectors are represented both in magnitude and direction, both in magnitude and direction by the sides of an open polygon, by the sides of an open polygon, by the sides of an open polygon taken in same order, taken in same order, then their resultant is represented, then their resultant is represented both in magnitude and direction, both in magnitude and direction by the closing side, by the closing side of the polygon taken in opposite direction, taken in opposite direction. Now learn the statement by the sketch. If I'm having, let's suppose, number of vectors, it is A vector, this is B vector, this is C vector, this is D vector, this is E vector. Number of vectors I have developed. These all are forming the sides of an open polygon, and these all vectors are represented in magnitude as well as in direction by the open sides of a polygon, and these all are arranged in the same order. Then the closing side of polygon, this is the closing side of polygon, and it is placed in opposite order. This is the closing side of polygon and it is placed in opposite order. It is placed in opposite order. Then this will be representing the resultant of all these vectors. That means I can say R vector is equals to A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus B vector plus E vector. R vector is the resultant of vector A plus vector B plus vector C plus vector D plus vector E. This is the polygon law of vector addition. What is saying there? That if you are having the number of vectors available, then you represent all the vectors by the sides of a polygon. This polygon should be open. Then who will represent the resultant? Resultant will be represented by the closing side of polygon, but make sure this should be available in the opposite order. This should be presented in opposite order. That is the point. Now I am taking analytical method of vector addition. Analytical means I am talking about the numerical method of vector addition. First method. So it is the same which we have discussed, triangle law of vector addition. First is triangle law of vector addition. I am now doing the analytical treatment of this triangle law. How I will develop magnitude and direction by use of this mathematical treatment. See, my first vector is A vector. This is my first vector. My second vector is B vector. This is B vector. These both vectors are representing the adjoining side of the triangle, and these all both are present in the same order. Then, as per the triangle law, this will be the resultant. Definitely, this is the resultant. Let's suppose this point is O, this point is P, this point is Q. From the Q point, I drop the perpendicular, and this line is increased. And that point I defined here N. I defined this point as here N. This is what? B vector. This available is B vector. This is A vector. This is B vector. Modulus of A vector will be only A. Modulus of B vector will be only B. Now, first thing is, if I am talking for triangle PQN, this is a right angle triangle PQN. In this triangle, if I am saying QN, if I am finding here, it is the QN. If I want to find out the value of QN, then take this is the QN, and PQ terminology is already known to us. QN by PQ. QN by PQ. This is perpendicular, this is hypotenuse. What you will obtain? Sin theta. What is PQ? PQ is represented by B, so I can write QN is equals to B sin theta. QN is equals to B sin theta. Second, same point. If I am finding here the cos theta, what will be cos theta? Cos theta is base Pn by hypotenuse, that is PQ. So what will be Pn? Pn can be represented as the B cos theta. This Pn is here B cos theta, and this Qn is here B sin theta. I resolve these both values in respect of B, and where is theta? I can define this is my theta. This is 90-degree angle available to you. I resolved only value of Pn and value of Q. Now I have to find out the resultant. Resultant is who? OQ. OQ is my resultant. So in triangle OQN. In triangle OQN, OQN. If we are applying the Pythagoras theorem, then as per the resultant, OQ square will be ON square plus NQ square. OQ square is equals to ON square plus NQ square. What is ON square? ON is combination of OP and PN. Then ON is what? It is OP plus PN plus NQ, that is, there is no change. It is NQ square. It is NQ square, there is no change. Next, what is OP? OP is here A. OP is here A. What is PN? PN we have find out. PN is B cos theta. So I will write A plus B cos theta. I will write A plus B cos theta square plus what is NQ? NQ we have calculated, that is B sin theta. So I will write it is B sin theta square. I will write it B sin theta square. I will write it B sin theta square. If you are going to open it, A plus B whole square, what do you get? You get A square plus B square cos square theta. B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta. 2AB cos theta. 2AB cos theta plus you will obtain what? B square sin square theta. You will obtain here B square sin square theta. This point will be obtained here. From this side I am taking it again. R square is equals to A square plus B square I am taking a common. You will get cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2AB cos theta. This value can be written as the one. So you will get finally A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. The square root of this whole will give you magnitude of resultant. This R is what? Magnitude of resultant vector. This R is magnitude of resultant vector. This is magnitude of resultant vector. Vector is having magnitude as well as direction. We have already calculated. We have already calculated only and only magnitude. Now what is the direction? Let's see. Direction of resultant from vector A is beta. Beta is angle. We will represent the direction by use of angle. We will represent the direction by use of angle. So this is my angle. Direction, if I want to calculate. Direction I want to calculate. Now what is the direction? What is the direction? Direction is tan beta. Tan is what? Perpendicular by base. Perpendicular is Qn. And what is Qn? Qn we calculated, that is the B sin theta. Divided by A plus Pn. A is what? A plus and Pn we have calculated, it is B cos theta. What is the direction? Tan beta is equals to B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. This is the direction of this resultant. I have calculated modulus of resultant. I have calculated direction of resultant. Tan beta is not direction. What is the direction actually? Direction is only B. Specific condition. First situation. If theta between both vector is 0 degree, that is both vectors are available in the same direction, then what is the modulus? Then R you have calculated A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Now question gives you value of theta is what? 0. Cos 0 is what? Cos 0 is equals to 1. Then I can write it. It is what? A square plus B square plus 2AB. A square plus B square plus 2AB. That means it can be written as the A plus B whole square and square root of it. So what is the result? A plus B. This is the maximum value of magnitude. When both vectors are present in same direction, at that moment, magnitude of resultant is maximum. At that moment, magnitude of resultant is. Second situation, if theta is equals to 180 degree. In this situation, R is what? R is the A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 180 now. And what is the value of cos 180? That is minus 1. You will get here A square plus B square minus 2AB. That means you will get here A minus B whole square and square root. What is R? This R is minimum. That is A minus B. So when if two vectors which are being added are anti-parallel, then their magnitude will be least. Their magnitude will be least. That is the point. Okay, Vishal, I will forward it. R minimum is equals to A minus B. Yeah, if theta is equals to 90 degree, then resultant magnitude is A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 90. And cos 90 is 0. That means you will get only A square plus B square and the square root of this one. That is the value of R. Make sure when theta is 90, it is not giving you maximum, it is not giving you minimum. For maximum, I need theta 0. For minimum, I need theta 180. At 90, resultant is neither maximum nor the minimum value. That means, what is the value of R? It may be A plus B, less than or equal to, or it may be greater than or equal to A minus B. That is the situation of magnitude of resultant always. Note it down. Then what is the R? R may be equal to or less than. R may be equal to or less than A plus B, or R is greater than or equal to A minus B. R is not less than A minus B, and R is not more than A plus B. This is the situation. Right, next question. One question to practice. Vector addition. If two forces 20 Newton and 5 Newton, if 20 Newton and if two forces 20 Newton and 5 Newton are acting at an angle of 120 degree, then acting at an angle of 120 degree, then find the resultant force. Find the resultant force. Whenever this kind of question, make sure I have to find magnitude as well as direction, because it is a vector quantity. So how will you calculate the resultant force? Then F is equal to F1 square plus F2 square plus 2F1 F2 cos theta. 2F1 F2 cos theta. Value of F1 with you, that is 20. Value of F2 is 5. You will get 2 into 20 into 5 and cos 120. It is cos 120. Now, what is the value of cos 120? Here, cos 120 is minus R. You will get here 400 plus 25 plus, it is 100, 200 multiplied minus 1 by 2. What do you get? It is 4 to 5 minus 100, that is 3 to 5. The square root of 3 to 5, that is the resultant force. It is resultant force. It is only magnitude. This is only what? Only magnitude. It is magnitude of resultant force. The square root of 3 to 5. If you can resolve it further, what you will get? You will get 18.03 Newton. That is the net force. It is the net force, but it is only what? It is only magnitude. It is only what? It is only magnitude. I need direction also. So how will I calculate the direction? How will I calculate the direction? For the sense of direction, see, it is, let's suppose, first force 20 Newton, with the second force 5 Newton. Both are applied at 120 degree. This is the resultant force. Resultant force is making an angle beta. Then we have developed the expression of tan beta. Tan beta is equal to B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. Tan beta is equal to B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. Now, what is B? B is your 5 sin 120. 5 sin 120 divided by A. A is your 20 plus 5 and cos 20. 5 cos 120. Now again, I needed to find value of sin 120. Okay, next, it is 5 root 3 by 2 divided by 20 minus 5 into 1 by 2. So what I will get here? It is 5 root 3. It is 5 root 3 divided by 2. It is 20 minus 5 by 2. 20 minus 5 by 2. So what I will get here? 2 into, it is 40, it will get here 35 by 2. If I resolve it further, 2 is over, you will get root 3 by 7. You will get root 3 by 7. Root 3 by 7. If you further resolve it further, then I am going here. Root 3 is 1.73 divided by 7. You will get 0.2 divided to 14. Divided 7 2s are 14. How many remain? It is 333. 7 4s are 28. It is 5. 0.247. That is your tan beta. This is tan beta. Make sure it is not direction. Direction is beta. And what is the value of beta here? This beta will be tan inverse 0.247. Now we are unable to find what is the value of this tan inverse 0.247 belong to which angle. So I will leave the answer in this format.